Hey, my beautiful saucies. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this statue right here. I'm going to read a little bit from the Art News article. It's entitled, Why Does Thomas J. Price's monumental statue of a black woman in Times Square make people so mad? And so the article, first paragraph reads on X. Let me see. Is this the first one? On X, viral posts have labeled Thomas J. Price's sculpture "Grounded in the Stars" 2023 a 12-foot tall statue of a black woman now on view in Times Square, a sign of a very sick society, quote unquote, and a harbinger of the death of civilization. But online rants are one thing and real world responses are yet another. And so earlier today, I ventured over to Times Square myself to observe how tourists interacted with the sculpture, located not far from TKTS booth. The reaction in person were just as confusing and dispiriting as what I had encountered online, acting as proof that the internet outcry over this work was rooted in the real world. I watched as a black woman stood before Price's statue and mimicked the work's pose by defiantly placing her hands at her hips while that woman was having her picture taken. And a white man went behind the sculpture and beamed as he palmed its buttocks. He too had his picture taken by someone who accompanied him. Meanwhile, the woman continued to pose on the other side. Both reactions seem emblematic of the response to the grounded in the stars more broadly. To some, Price's work has been seen as powerful and affirming, a statue that looks quite unlike the two white men, the Catholic priest Francis P. Duffy and the playwright George M. Cohen, monumentalized just steps away from Price's piece. The Duffy and Cohen monuments are permanent and have been there since 1937 and 1959, respectively. Price's statue will come down June 17th. Others have treated Grounded in the Stars as a physical representation of the knots that wokeness has tied the left into, as the conservative journalist David Marcus wrote in a Fox News op-ed. And then there's been a string of racist social media posts on X where they have photoshopped the statue holding watermelon and KFC buckets of chicken and stuff like that on Instagram. I'm going to post a link to this article. It's from Art News. I'm going to post a link in my description box so you all can read it for yourself. So, a couple of things. So, you have a lot of people that are in disagreement with how the statue is looking. They don't like the way she's standing. She has like these braids, and they're saying that's not her real hair. Some people are saying that because she's overweight, she has fupa and wearing just like a regular pair of pants and a t-shirt. There's nothing overly stylish about what she's wearing. There's nothing feminine about what she's wearing or how she's posing. She seems to be like she has an attitude. She's standing like she has an attitude, and she has a resting bitch face. So a lot of people are angry that this is the representation of a black woman that is sitting in the middle of Times Square, and she's, because of that reason, they're saying that it's insulting and that this statue is in just opening up itself for countless like insults, which it has. So me personally, I don't think that. I mean, I do think that it is art, and art is subjective. The way art is seen or interpreted, it's subjective. It depends on the person that's looking at it. Um, I Yeah, people do stand there and they look at their phones and they stand and they have their hands on their hips and just kind of looking forward with a resting bitch face. And she kind of does look like she's at like a fast food restaurant, like thinking like I told that bitch to hold the mac sauce and she didn't. She put mac sauce on my hamburger anyway, and so I'm getting ready to cut up kind of face. She has that kind of look on her face. So I mean, those things happen in everyday life with all different communities, but I don't think that that's something that needs to be monumentalized. That's not a moment in human life that needs to be put on a statue and put on display. That's not a something worthy of monumentalizing to me. That's just a everyday social interaction. But this statue, personally, some people like it. You have some black women are saying that they're praising it. This looks like me. This looks like me. This is great representation of everyday people. So you got some people that are proud of it, and you have some people that are saying that it's an insult because this reflects the absolute worst of the black community. Me personally, I do think this is an accurate representation of the black community, or at least different parts of the black community, say like the Blackistan portion of the black community. I think this represents it very well, and that's not necessarily a good thing or not necessarily a bad thing. It's just accurate. You have a lot of people, like, okay, so if you look at the expression on this woman's face, it tells you that the black community is not really somewhere that's welcoming. It's not a kind place. It's not a welcoming place in a lot of instances. You really can't smile. Like a lot of times, black people won't admit it and they won't talk about it. But you, in various social situations, social interactions, growing up, you are basically taught that the black community is not a place where you can walk around smiling too much. You can't walk around happy too much. You can't have your own form of self-expression. You can't have freedom of self-expression that's too far out of the box. You have people telling you, well, don't let them catch you smiling like that. Don't let them catch you wearing that. And it's like, don't let who catch me wearing what? Smiling. Who's gonna catch me like, are we slaves? I mean, what do you mean, don't let them catch me smiling? Don't let them catch me wearing that or saying that. And it is a sensitive, very unhappy place in a lot of instances, depending on where you're at in Blackistan. It's not very welcoming. You are not literally smiling and being happy and being confident is a trigger for a lot of people in the black community. So you learn early on not to smile too much, not to be too happy. I think that a lot of black women take on these kinds of mannerisms with the girlfriend, kind of sister girlfriend attitude, and the putting the hands on the hips and the attitude. They don't want to be like white women. Anything that you see that white women are doing, smiling or being feminine or vulnerable or wearing something that's girly or whatever, hyper femininity, that's considered a trigger. Especially if you're an exotical, especially if you're MLS, man or woman, it is a trigger. People get the impression that you feel like you are all that. They feel like they have the right to put their hands on you. They feel like they will, have the right to threaten you and put fear in, put the fear of God in you if you think that you're, too confident and you think you're all that and you think you're cute and all these things. So yeah, you learn early on to have that resting bitch face, and you better keep that resting bitch face and not think too highly of yourself in Blackistan, because you will get physically assaulted. If people are really being honest, this is an accurate depiction of what Blackistan is like and what Blackistan will turn a person into. If you have pretty privilege, you better not flaunt that shit around too much, because you can get hurt. Blackistan is not a kind place. It's not a place where you can survive without taking on this posture. You have to constantly wear this face like, you better not mess with me, I'll beat your ass kind of look on your face. And it's difficult when you live in Blackistan, because you can't have a Mercedes Benz or a Jaguar in your driveway, or a nice car. It doesn't even have to be like a foreign car. It could just be a nice car. People will try to steal it. People will try to break in. They look at what you carry in and out of your house. They'll try to break in and steal it. You can't have any peace. You can't smile. And the root of a lot of people's frustrations and a lot of people's anger that come from the black community is rooted in interactions that black people have with each other. So that's why you hear a lot of MLS men and women content creators tell you that this attitude, this finished product of what comes out of Blackistan, is self-inflicted. You have a lot of people who move as soon as they get a little bit of money. They move out of Blackistan and they go to different communities, typically white suburban communities, and they are very happy there. They feel like it's a breath of fresh air. You can finally own your car, your dream car, without having somebody try to steal it. You don't have to worry about carrying like expensive items in and out of your home without somebody, without the threat of someone breaking in. You don't have to worry about being carjacked. You don't have to worry about being robbed or any kind of violence. You get a real education rather than this second class for education that the public schools in Blackistan communities offer. And a lot of people need to be honest and admit that. So that's why it's a trigger for a lot of people saying that, oh, this doesn't exude femininity and this doesn't exude any kind of softness, because black women in general, for real, do not allow each other to express femininity. Because if you are too feminine, if you're too soft, if you're too sweet, if you think too highly of yourself, if you wear makeup and you have a skincare routine or a regimen or whatever, you exercise, oh, you think you're the shit. You'll get chased home, you'll get treated like shit, you'll get beat up. People, like, really, people will literally try to put their hands on you. So there isn't any femininity and softness um in the black community. I mean, black women are feminine and they can be soft, but what I'm trying to say is that you're not allowed to be that way in Blackistan. You have a lot of unambiguous dark skinned black women. You have a lot of exoticals that exude the hyper femininity that you see in women, but you are not able to openly express that growing up in Blackistan. So this, therefore, is the finished product of what comes out of Blackistan. Because a lot of black women have a lot of contempt for white women and the way white women exude their femininity. They have a lot of contempt for that. They don't want to be like white women. So if white women wear pink, or they have flowers, or they're have a hyper feminine voice, black women tend to go the opposite direction. Black women more or less want to be seen as strong and don't take no crap and don't play that kind of stuff. They want to be seen that way, and you can't have it both ways, because the not take no crap attitude is genuinely, like, generally considered masculine. So you can't be feminine and masculine at the same time. Black women want to be seen. They want to fight like a man. I fight niggas too. I fight like a nigga. I fight like a dude. They want to fight like a man and lift like a man and work like a man and provide like a man. But then they want to be seen as soft and feminine as well. They want to cuss your ass out like a man, be loud, be in your face, fight, beat your ass. And they want to be known for that. But then they also want to be known for being soft and feminine at the same time. So like I said, this is an accurate depiction. It may not necessarily be a good thing or a bad thing, but this is accurate. For a lot of people in Blackistan, it's accurate reflection of what comes out of Blackistan. And so a lot of people are upset about that, because it holds a lot of truth to this statue. The way she's standing, the attitude she's displaying, it just says attitude. It says aggression. It says anger. It says frustration. It says I'm not happy. The expression of her face is an angry expression, and that's accurate. So then you have a lot of people who are like being somewhat of like conspiracy theorists, who are saying that, oh, well, Thomas J. Price, he's not even American. He's from the UK and his mom's white. He's biracial and he has a white wife. And so therefore, a biracial and a white woman both financed and help to make this statue what it is. And so the people that disagree with it are making a big deal of his identity, saying that, well, he's biracial and he's not even American. So this is what he views black Americans. This is how he sees black Americans. And so this is just very telling, because this is how a lot of people view black Americans, especially black American women. And so whether this is a conspiracy to further tarnish the reputation of black American women or not, you cannot disagree that everyone at a certain time in their lives have seen a black woman stand like this and portray this kind of attitude. So everybody's seen a black woman in this kind of state, with the scowling, the hands on the hips, the attitude, the resting bitch face. Everybody has seen a black woman look like that before. So I mean, it's not too far from reality. So whether he's conspiring to tarnish the reputation of black women, black American women, or not, it's a conversation piece that's being had. It has sparked a heated discussion all around the world. People are everywhere talking about this. It's all over YouTube. It's all over social media. So I never heard of Thomas J. Price prior to erecting these statues. So now he's made a name for himself, whether it's for a good reason or notoriety. I mean, attention is attention. So now I know who Thomas J. Price is, and I am familiar with his work now. So I mean, and it's been done basically with the image of black American women, and it's it's really kind of easy to do that because a lot of Black American people, men and women, especially women, with a lot of their antics, a lot of their outspokenness, a lot of their content, they give other people content, endless content. And I'm just being 100% truthful. It's endless conversations to be had about the many, many antics of Blackistan. So that's my video for today. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.